Hiya, it's your girl Diana Sapon here, and we're going to get inspired, educated, and build our faith. The inspiration I'm sharing with you today is sourced from Andrew Womack's book, Financial Stewardship. If this is your first time, please like, share, and subscribe. I have titled this short message, Grace and Not Works. Many Christians are dominated by money instead of using money as their servant, doing jobs they hate or they don't like or they would rather not do just to get by. God blesses us because Christ has made us righteous, not because of our performance. Prosperity is grace and not works. Jesus uses the parable of the unjust steward in Luke 16 to explain this. Who is a steward? A steward is a person who manages the property and affairs of another, indicating that the money that we possess is actually not ours, but is given to us by God to manage until His return. It might not seem like it when you have planned and worked hard and persevered through obstacles, and finally you make it. You feel accomplished. It may seem the result of your hard labor. But hold on a minute. There is nothing like death insurance. It is purely by the grace of God. That is why we wake up in the morning and we go to work. It is purely His ability that we are able to raise a finger. It is by the mercies of the Lord. If you doubt this, place an alarm clock next to a dead person and see if he wakes up at the sound of the alarm. So, next time you wake up, to switch off your alarm, look up and say, "Thank you, God, for the gift of life." The Apostle Paul says in the book of Acts 17 verse 28, In Him we live, we move, and we have our being. A lot of Christians don't doubt this. They are very much aware of this fact that it's by grace. But they don't live out this fully because of the amount they put, because of how they magnify the effort they put in making or accumulating their wealth. This is the reason why people find it difficult to give at church, because of that sense of entitlement. They feel the money is theirs and it's come out of their sweat and their tears, so they hold tight, and eventually the money becomes their master rather than it serving them. Many find it difficult to let go and let God. Genesis 12 records something very interesting. God promises Abraham tangible earthly wealth, tangible earthly blessings. Abraham becomes rich not because of his hard work, but only because of the blessing of the Lord upon his life. Abraham was blessed even when he made mistakes. In Genesis 12 verse 14, we see Abraham who travels down to Egypt with his wife Sarah. Sarah probably would be in her 60s, But she was so beautiful that Abraham was afraid that Pharaoh would kill him and take his wife. So what did he do? He lied. He told Pharaoh that Sarah was his sister and not his wife, to save his neck. This was a terrible thing to do. Abraham sacrificed his wife to save himself. Clearly, this isn't Abraham hasn't shown good works. Abraham's works wasn't pleasing, but God in His mercies intervened, sending a plague upon Pharaoh's house. Not long after, actually 8 chapters after, Abraham was faced with the same predicament, and you would think Abraham had learned. Oh no, he lied again. If God had not appeared to Abimelech in his dreams, it would have been a disaster. Let's see what happens. Abimelech presented Pharaoh back to Abraham, but he also blesses Abraham. In verse 14 and 15 of the chapter 20, we see Abimelech brought sheep, cattle, male and female servants, and gave them to Abraham. This clearly isn't the result of good works, but purely the grace of God upon Abraham's life. He becomes so rich that the land could not contain himself and his nephew Lot. Listening to Abraham's story, you might feel not wealthy enough. You may feel that you are not driving a brand new car or haven't purchased that home that you long for. But being born in a generation as this where there is no war, starvation, or having survived the recent coronavirus alone is a blessing. Whatever the Lord has given to you, as long as you recognize that it is the Lord who is a giver of life and everything else you possess, He will give you the wisdom as you have a grateful heart. He will grant you the wisdom and the ability to multiply what He's given to you. As long as you know that it is His grace and not your works, He will bless you. So, see you in the next video. Stay blessed, stay grateful, and realize that it is the Lord who is the giver. 1 Corinthians 4 verse 7 says, what makes you different from anyone else? What makes you think that whatever you haven't received? And if you have received, why do you boast? Right? Be a good steward, be a giver, and have a grateful heart. It is grace and not works. See you. Bye.